Welcome back, class number 2 recording. So as you can see here, I'm on my Shutterfly homepage. And remember what I was saying in class, if you want to kind of orient yourself, go back to the Shutterfly homepage and then go over to My Shutterfly and then kind of scroll down a little bit and you're going to have your My Projects section over here. You can always upload all your photos into My Photos if you want to, and you'll find them in the project itself when you want to add in photos. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the book that I've been working on, and then just do a little review from the class this week. All right, so wait for that to load up. And just a little review, some of the stuff that we did over here, review from class 1. We've got our photos down here, all loading up there. We can go ahead and go from page to page to page. And again, it's always a good idea to kind of get yourself into the customized page if you can. What we covered today in class is you want to just make sure that you're in customized page, the actual phase to be able to do that, like that mode, right? So if it says switch to simple path, then you know that you're currently in it. If it says switch to customize, then go ahead and switch it from here. And also just notice some other things you can do while you're in here. You can save it to actually change the name of your book if you want to right there. If you named it just My Photo Book, something generic, you can do that from project. Okay, you can also change the size. You can add photos from in here. You can do a number of different things. We also worked with the pages menu over here. If you can go ahead and add in new pages if you want to, you can go ahead and remove a particular page that you currently have selected. All right, you can also import a page from another book that you've created if you want to. All right, and then a few of these other things that we worked on as well. All right, so your text settings, you can go ahead and change some of those things within here, so everything just gets changed automatically and overridden to the font and size of your choice. All right, so we also did some of these things. So again, I'd recommend we get into customized page right now, and that's going to give you the ability to just kind of do a lot of things here. Okay, resize and do all those other things. All right, so while we're in here, just notice that this image that I have in here, it's going to give me free reign to do whatever I like. Just move this around, okay, and then you can resize it. Okay, I can rotate it. Right, all that stuff is there. Okay, so when you're in customized page, you can do that. And also, likewise, I can just go ahead and bring in this image into here, wait for it, and then it doesn't have to fit into any mold like how they have in the layout. So totally up to you. Now, if you have some layouts on here and you want to work with them, right, I can go ahead and just select this. And if I hit the delete key on my keyboard, it just goes away. See that? All right, and likewise, you can go ahead and resize these and do what you want with them, and then bring in an image just the same, right, if you want to go ahead and do that. See that? So again, working with the customized mode, you really have a lot of options. Okay, so don't forget about that. And remember, all these are text boxes, so you can go ahead and work with these text boxes. Just go ahead and double click on it, put your text in there, and you're good to go. All right, and likewise, if you want to bring in your own text box, you can go ahead and do that. I'll move over to page 7, add in a text box, and see there it is, and you can do whatever you like. Okay, so it's a little bit of review from last time, but also some new stuff that what we did today. Now, some other things we did today was if you go over to the Pages panel right over here, you're going to see that this kind of gives us our little storyboard of all the things that we're kind of working with. See, you can kind of go left and right, which allows you to really kind of get a nice high overview of everything, but also it's going to allow you to, notice I select this, and I can just drag this to move it wherever I want. I notice a little kind of orangish red bar that appears. I just move that page over here to page 13. I can move this yellow thing, 14, over here over to 19 and 20. And you see, there it is, very easily moved. Okay? Now, other things that we did today was work on some more backgrounds, if you remember that. Actually, let me just talk about layouts for a second just to give you some review, because a few of you were asking about, well, what about the spreads versus the individual ones, right? So if you look very closely and very subtly, you will see how there's a separation between these pages, and with these there is not a separation. Notice how there's a very kind of light gray line that's there, And then when you come down to here, you'll notice that there's a white line kind of separating these. So if I go down to, let's just come down to page 22. Okay. Oops. I accidentally went over to the Arrange tab. Okay, so I'm over here. All right, and if I want to just work on 22, if I want to add in this layout, I just click on that. And if I wanted to change the whole, and if I want to do the same thing over here, let's just say I want to add in like something like that, right? So notice that it didn't affect both sides, it only did one side. But when you have something like this with this thin gray line, I do something like that, see that it affects the entire spread going across. Now keep in mind that all of these things are editable just the same, right? So I can go ahead and remove any of these things if I want to. Okay, like I can go ahead and click on that and see that remove the layout very easily. So if you don't want to do a layout, you can go ahead and just remove it, or even parts of it if it's not part of a spread. Okay, so we did go into backgrounds. All right, so we also wanted to get more backgrounds down here, right? And remember, they're practically unlimited, right? So a big part of what we did is we went and looked at backgrounds, right? But we also filtered them out by different occasions, right? So the one we did today was travel, right? So we'll do another one, let's just say springtime. All right, and you're going to notice that all the backgrounds come up are related to that particular thing that I've clicked on, but you can also add in more than one thing. Let's just do Mother's Day. Okay, and you can see they'll say something like that or whatever they'll do, right? Whatever Mother's Day means. Okay, all right, so you'll have that, and then also notice that you can do ones just for the cover, right? So it'll be very kind of cover oriented. All right, and then you can combine it with different occasions just the same. All right, so we'll come back down to travel and we'll see what they have for that. So I mean, you're going to want to kind of experiment them, but if I want to add one in, let's just go ahead and add that one in. Okay, notice I got the orange box. I'll get that one in. Okay, get that one in, and notice it's saying 3 selected. I was now going to say add to project, and now you're going to see sitting up on top are the ones that I just added in. Okay. All right, now we also did embellishments. All right, remember embellishments are going to be broken down into 2 different sections. I have my stickers and I have my frames. All right, so stickers, the same thing, you can get more. And also remember that the stickers that you're working with initially are going to be stickers that let that thing go away. Sorry. Okay, let's get rid of that. Excuse me. This is live, folks. Okay. So the stickers are the ones, by default, the ones that come with your theme. Okay, take them or leave them, but you can always get more, ones that everybody has. So if I'm over here now on page 20 and I want to bring in some of these embellishments very easily, I can go ahead and just drag in this heart, drag in these little, oh, it's telling me I'm going to have to be in customized mode, that's fine. I can just drag this in over here. And when I'm in customization mode, I can go ahead and do whatever I want with it, right? I can go ahead and rotate this. I can resize it. Okay? It's not a static thing, so I can work with these however I want to. So I have some kind of fun with that. Okay? So, yeah, do whatever you want. Now, remember, you can go ahead and get more from here. And it's the same idea where you can look at it by different occasions, right? And this time, because we're inside of embellishments, you're going to get different options to see, right? So let's just look at, say, sports. And you're going to see we're going to get different things. And notice it's going to be like 15,000 different things. Now, because we're in sports, it's now been filtered out to 741. Okay, so you're doing something kind of fun for your grandson or son or something like that, or whatever you want to do. I'll just go ahead and add in this, and then it's going to come up. Okay, and just bring that in there. Okay, so I think you all get the point, but just the same how I can resize this, I can move it around. You know, you've got lots of great options to work with here. All right, and the last thing we did was also work with these ideas. Oh, actually, we also worked with frames too. Take that back, so we'll do a couple more things. If you want to put a frame around something, I can come back to here. And if I put a frame around this image, I simply just select it, go over to frames, and then you're going to see that I have a lot of different frames to work with already. And so you notice the frame just comes on there automatically. This is my very heavy line, but I can also do one that's a little fine line, whatever you want to do. Okay, again, everything is up to your own preferences, and I can go ahead and get more frames. Now, as far as these idea pages, let me just go ahead and go to like one of these blank ones. Now I'm on page 22, the blank one. These idea pages just come with a bunch of stuff just already set up for you. All right, so some of these look really, really slick, and I can just go ahead and just click on it, and you'll see that just pops right up. Right, I don't have to do too much, and then I can go ahead and customize the text however I want to. All right, so again, like I could just go ahead and do that very easily, override this. I was like, okay, that's pretty neat. You know, and I don't really have to do much of anything. Come over to here, and I just do that, and then you'll see it's just a bunch of placeholders. You know, but they put in a nice graphic in there, and again, totally up to you whatever you put in there. All these things are also expendable. If I don't want that there, I can very easily just get rid of it by hitting the delete key. So again, totally up to you. Okay, and always don't forget to save when you're finished. I will go ahead and do that, and then keep practicing. Okay, thanks.